Welcome to How the Grier Stole Thanksgiving, starring Coach Chad Grier, whose football team is not going to be able to leave town this year.
You're so proud of yourself.
I am.
You couldn't get to say that through the grit of your teeth. You were so happy to say that.
It actually just occurred to me a minute ago.
You've been thinking about that.
It's not like I spent all day working on it.
Guaranteed you all day.
Anyway, good job. The Oceanside Land Sharks have now advanced farther than any other
Feels
charter
like
school
you're calling me a Grinch.
ever. Yeah. I mean, where's my family going to be for Thanksgiving this week?
Where they
home.
should be, at home. Where else would you be?
Where are all the families of the Land Sharks going to be for Thanksgiving?
Where else? Where would you want to be?
And why? Why will we be
Because
home?
we've earned the right to have a practice on Thanksgiving morning.
It's
what a
an honor.
wonderful thing.
Everybody's
Maybe
happy
you take
to be
it's a
home.
wonderful thing to practice on Thanksgiving. Chad Grier show.
The only thing better is getting to go to Barnwell the next day to play the Wasps. And man, are we ready. After taking care of the Woodland Wolverines last week by a final score of 56-42, I think it was.
Why
I
do you
was trying to say
it was? Why do you think it was? You know
because
exactly. There's an exact score. You know exactly what it was. Why would you say you think it was?
It actually was the exact same score as the game between Southside Christian and the team that beat them, Saluda. Yeah. So now it's Saluda and Abbeville play in the upstate, and we're playing Barnwell in the lower state. The winner of those two games will vie for the championship 1 week later at Benedict College in Columbia. Right?
That is correct.
That
is correct. And I'm being very careful to enunciate so that you don't accuse me of mumbling.
I don't want you to mumble because the microphone's a little farther away. Because
nobody knows. You don't address the ambiance that we're at a different venue today.
You may have noticed that we are not in Ms. Corley's principal's office in front of the backdrop. We are because it's Thanksgiving. We're in front of the fireplace.
Oh, that's
and
a nice touch.
Having a nice time at the Brunson household.
Can you see the fire?
There it is. So, Coach, I think I saw a post that you put up. I tried to say earlier before I was so rudely interrupted that Oceanside has now advanced farther than any other charter school in South Carolina history in the playoffs.
That is correct.
That's great. That's big stuff.
That is big stuff.
So let's start with injuries. Joey Ballston was out. I know he turned out to be quite ill. But when I took my son to practice this morning, I saw that big old truck in the parking lot and broke out in a smile ear to ear. He must be doing better.
He is doing better. He lost about 20 pounds last week. He had a 100+ degree fever all week, and really was a tough week for him. But he's home, and surprised us all being in practice this morning. Kind of, I'm a little disappointed that he didn't actually practice. I mean, I don't know what he thinks he's doing, just hanging out, but hopefully we'll tough him up a little bit here between now and Friday.
Yeah, hopefully he can put those 20 pounds back on and be ready to go both ways all the way through the game, right?
Right. Why would he not?
Any other big injuries that we need to be thinking about?
Well, I mean, Justin's out. Horry's out for the season with the surgery on his finger, and then
I don't think I did know that actually.
Yeah, we talked about it. Go check the archives. It was a couple weeks ago.
He's another of the super sophomores.
He is, and he's gives us some great depth on the defensive line. He gets off the ball really well. That's a tough loss given the kind of teams we're playing now. That we need that up front. But it's been great to have next man up mentality. I mean, James DeVoe's doing a great job. Alex Dobliwaba is. I'm sure I said that wrong.
Dobliwaba.
Dobliwaba. Dalai Lama.
I bet people do call him that.
I don't know. I've never heard that. But I'm a big fan of Dobbs and his brother. They're great kids. What a great family. But he's doing a really nice job. He's actually got 3 fumble recoveries this year, which if he just go ahead and get one more, he'd have the school record himself. So I'd like for him to get one more in the season. But those two are the guys that are out. Carson played limited last week by dealing with that little stinger issue, but I think he's about to go full speed. Dobbs has been dealing with an ankle issue and playing through it. Try to limit him a little bit.
Dobliwaba?
Yep.
I didn't know Dobbs. That's good to know.
Oh, it's a lot easier to say Dobbs.
Yeah.
I think the kids call him Dobbs.
I actually like saying Dobliwaba. It's just fun.
That's not how you say it.
Oh. That's how
it's
I say
not
it.
Dobliwaba. There's no B at the end. The B's at the beginning. It's the
Dobliwala?
Walla. Yeah.
I'll have to look it up. I'm going with Daliwa because that's what I've been working on all season.
By the way, we talked about Miles last week, and
Castine.
Wrong. So once again, you did a whole show on air calling him Miles Castine, thinking you were no longer calling him Miles Castaigne, which was better. It's Castine. Say it with me, Castine.
Castine, like cast iron. I will remember that from now on. But it's all Brian's fault. I asked him, did Coach say it was Castine or Castine? Now I can't remember.
You asked Brian. That's your go-to?
That's all I got, man. So, for the second week in a row, let me profusely apologize to Miles for mispronouncing your name. I don't ever want to do that. Particularly for a player like that guy, because he's a force to be reckoned with.
No, he's great.
So anyway, how about the performance of your running back? And, we really are out of things to say. We say that every week about Keegan Williams, but my goodness, 38 carries, 380 yards. That's crazy.
You're doing this on purpose, right?
What?
It was 39 carries. It was 383 yards. If you're going to do numbers, be right with the numbers. You're the guy that does the broadcast.
It's just my opinion. The numbers are just my opinion, right?
No. Yeah, Keegan's pretty good.
Yeah, he's pretty good, but the offensive line was opening some pretty good holes for him.
What was a great sign is that offensive line probably played one of their poor games. I mean, truly overall. I mean, they I think they would tell you. I mean, those guys say, "Hey, man, missed something here or there. Probably should stay on this block longer. Done this or that. A little different." But what's great is that they didn't play as a unit their best, collective best, and we still set school records for yards in the game, total offense in the game. Keegan obviously carries and yards, and tied his record with 6 touchdowns, 5 rushing, but just an incredible offensive performance, especially given how he got stuck in the mud the first 2 times out. So pretty explosive and a great testament to how well the kids can execute when they get going.
His year total on rushing yards is now in the neighborhood of 2,185.
It's in the neighborhood.
And his all-purpose yards are close to 3,000, but not quite there yet. Amazing numbers.
It really is amazing. I mean, he just seems to keep getting better. And which, at the beginning of the year, I kept saying to these colleges, I'm out talking to him, said, look, his ceiling's so high. He's still so new as a football player. He's been a basketball guy his whole life and just kind of dabbled in it. And as he continues to mature as a player and his football IQ continues to develop, which it's doing, I mean, the sky's the limit for this guy. He's amazing. I mean, he's really, really good.
I don't know how you can look at those numbers, first of all, but then watch the guy on the field. I mean, his ability to pick through or blow through a hole, outrun guys, run over people. I mean, he really does it all.
It's not numbers, because I think numbers can be misleading sometimes. And, he gets a track guy could be linear and just, he gets a free space and just can, house call it. But, Keegan does things. He sets up blocks. He changes pace, his balance, his vision, his ability to shake off tackles. I mean, guys unblocked and he makes a miss. I mean, he's a really special back. I mean, he just, unfortunately, as he told me today, Danny, he might have been in the meeting today, but he made it very clear that he appreciates me teaching him all those moves. That he didn't have that until.
I think all the extra hours you put in after practice showing him how to make those cuts are really paying off.
Not a minute. Devin Brown does a really good job working on drills with the guys, and he and Keegan have a great relationship. But Keegan's just got so much God-given ability, and he's worked hard to maximize it. And that's what I love to see. So many of our kids, you can just see how they've taken the talent God blessed them with, and have just worked really hard and become so much better as athletes and as football players. It's fun to watch.
Your defense, I've been dying to ask you, when the score was 14-0 in the first quarter, what were you thinking?
We better score some points.
You weren't worried. You knew you were going to score a bunch of points.
It felt like we the first series out, we had an easy third down conversion, and we missed. Just didn't make the right read on, and the second time out, we just. Shot ourselves in the foot a little bit. Carson, who I love dearly, kind of thrown into action too. Wrong read on a play. I probably didn't give a sign very clearly, but I probably mumbled the signs maybe.
Probably mumbled it, yeah.
The guy, I felt bad looking at the film. I should have played him more because he had a punishing block and was first play in there. Here's a guy's played linebacker the whole year, is doing a great job for us. He gets a little dinged up. We try to rest him a little bit, with Joey being out, trying to provide some depth with Dana. He practices all week. We get him in. The first day, he just goes and crunches a guy, and then we have that little mishap, and I got spooked a little bit. Probably should have played him more. He's very deserving, very talented athlete and player on both sides of the ball for us. So.
Well, on the defensive side of the ball against Woodland, any particular kudos you want to hand out or problems that you saw that need to get corrected?
Look, there's plenty of things to correct on both sides. That was not our cleanest game. And I start by saying offensively, we'd have scored at the end of the half. Obviously we had a bad blunder on it wasn't just Sean, by the way, on that boot. It turned into a 105-yard pick six. It was Dana got demolished because our tackle didn't do the right thing, and then Sean's footwork wasn't right, and Joe didn't run the right route, and of course it wasn't a good decision for Sean to throw it. But that was just a comedy of errors that led to a 14-point swing, or at least a 10-point swing. We certainly would have kicked a field goal there. But even worse, we get it back, and Keegan gets his 2 long runs down. We didn't have a timeout because we had to burn them on silly things that we don't normally do. We came out of a previous timeout when didn't have the right personnel in the field, so we had to take a timeout if we ran a play. Just sloppy kind of stuff like that. Offensively, we jumped. We had 2 seniors jump off sides on the edge coming out of a timeout. We didn't look very well coached, and that's my deal. Miles was terrific. I thought he played really well. Mark Jalema played really, really well. Thought Grace Sobel had a great game. I told him today I'd kind of gotten on him a little bit for a couple weeks, and boy, he really turned it up, played well.
Gray took a vicious hit.
He did. I felt a little better watching it on film. I thought it was really dirty at the time and reacted as such. But watching the film, he saw it coming. One of those things we're probably trying to get out of the game right now, but he's such a tough kid, and I really assumed that he was going to be in bad shape, but he shook it off. The trainer said he was good. Ray said he was good, so he was right back at it, and not long thereafter. But that was a big hit. And
that hit was followed a couple plays after by a series of penalties, which was confusing to me. Way up in the press box, not sure what was going on, but what was that all about?
It had been. I think after that, the boys were fired up. They love each other and protect. We talk about playing for each other and want to protect each other, and I think just got running their mouths a little bit. It's weird how both teams run their mouths, but we got called, and I think one of them was even a hand gesture, and it wasn't the middle finger hand gesture. It was just. It was one of those deals, man. We know we're not going to get a whole lot of benefit of the doubt on some of these things, and so we just again that's back to coaching. I've got to make sure the guys are controlling themselves out there and not putting themselves and our team in that position. But they bowed their neck when they got down close and held them out, which was good.
Well, I'll say that was really out of character. I mean, your team has really played discipline all season. I mean, I don't think I can't remember another unsportsmanlike conduct penalty the whole season, and he had 2 on one play.
2 on one play, and just again the wrong personnel, the jumping off sides. It just the 2 fumbled snaps in critical situations, the pick six, just just things that really aren't like us. And I told the boys today we can't make those kind of mistakes and continue to advance. I mean, also a great sign that we could make those kind of mistakes and still beat a very good team on the road that's this deep in the playoffs. So not all bad.
Well. Got to correct those mistakes and play a heck of a game this coming Friday after Thanksgiving, Black Friday, because Barnwell is obviously a very tough. That is a fine jacket, sir. It's a little dark, but at least I know you own something besides these
I just went
Oceanside shirts.
No, they had it at Dollar General. They had it on sale. And I recognized yours. I thought it'd be the same.
Oh yeah. Well, see, I'll never wear anything else now. This is now the jacket for the show. Okay, gosh.
Did you get yours at Dollar General?
No, Walmart. Remember?
Walmart.
Yeah. On special.
On special.
Barnwell. They dispensed with Timberland. I think they scored 6 touchdowns in the first half.
Before I got to finish defense. King Deloney played really well, and he practiced great last week, and thought he had a couple plays tough out on the island, but it didn't go his way. But I thought he really gave great effort and made some plays, and we're going to need that for guys like him and Lamar to really step up. Jordan Jackson, the secondary, as we move forward.
Jordan, it was good to see him back out there. Yep. He's missed the last couple games with an injury, and he really played a good game.
He did. Gilly's been sick. For him to come back, that was big. So we're getting healthier. We've done a good job of, for the most part this year, not having to deal with a lot of that. But right now, we've had a lot of next man up kind of guys. Jacob Ashley had to play center. First time he's really done that. And I thought, overall did a really good job given the circumstances. And Zach came in and filled in as well at center. So hopefully we get Mickey back this week. He practiced today very well. Okay. Seems to be feeling a lot better. So it's a big blow. You take guys like Mickey and Joey out of the mix, and those are big parts of what we do. Mm-hmm. So very proud of the kids for being able to next man up mentality and getting the job done.
Can we talk about Barnwell now? Can you tell I'm really ready to talk about Barnwell because that's who you're playing Friday?
Yeah, man, they're good. I don't really want to talk about them.
I'm starting to get that feeling. I noticed in looking at their statistics quickly.
I'm not comfortable in this jacket.
You got to keep the jacket on. It looks good on you.
Are you comfortable in yours? Do you wear these?
I wear them all the time.
I know what I'm saying. I just get used to it. I'm used to not wearing them. I got over wearing this.
I don't usually wear them with an athletic shirt.
Yeah,
but
I don't know. It's just not my thing anymore. Does yours have your name inside?
I don't want you to feel uncomfortable.
No, please. No. I'm not superstitious, but I'm a little stitious.
Okay.
You gotta leave it on.
Okay, well, if you're sure.
It's good looking on you.
Okay, I hope you saw the
looks
Walmart
good.
tag in here.
Looks really good on you.
Can we talk about Barnwell now? They got a running back, number 2, named Chisholm, who is averaging almost as many yards per carry as Keegan Williams.
You've done your homework.
That's kind of scary.
He's good, and he might not be their best. 1 can fly. 5 is very tough, physical runner and fast. 2 is obviously very good. 3 may be the best football player we've played against this year. He plays linebacker, but he'll come and play on offense, and he plays on special teams. He is a full-grown man. 99 is one of the best defensive ends we've seen. 67 is one of the best offensive linemen we've seen. 75 is very good on the offensive line. 44 is a tough physical nose guard, plays relentless. Their quarterback, 11. I think he probably weighs 230 pounds, runs it well, and I think he throws it as well as anybody we've played. I'd say he's right there in the Hunter Helms class with arm strength and being able to fit it in tight windows, and he's got guys that can go get it. I mean, this is a very, very good football team. Very well coached, very disciplined. A lot of the things that they don't leave a lot of obvious holes to take advantage of. You can't look at the film and go, oh, well, we take advantage of this and that. This is a good football team. Very well coached with a lot of talent.
They run spread, generally formation, or do they mix it up?
What's really hard about them is they run the spread very well, spread formations, and a lot of concepts out of that. A lot of things you have to prepare for, and anytime they want, they'll get in the wishbone and run that really, really well. And
that takes a lot of extra prep.
It's a whole different deal. So it's Coach Jackson and the defensive staff. We had a great meeting last night. We spent almost the entire time on Barnwell and not really even reviewing Woodland too much, just other than what we had to. And then, but look, it's a lot to prepare for. And defensively, they're very good. I mean, they're just a very good football team. They're not undefeated by an accident. I mean, they've earned it, and it's just going to be a great challenge for us.
So they're 13-0. We have won 12 games, and setting aside the forfeit issue. So
why do you keep bringing that up?
I don't know. I just can't help it.
We're 12-0. What are you, a lawyer? We're 12-0.
When I look at your record, it says
we're appealing.
8-4.
We're appealing it. By the way. It says it. We're appealing it. So if it's something an appeal,
not my opinion. It's 8.
If it's an appeal,
it's on the paper.
That means it's not finalized, decided. We're 12-0.
Well, that's true.
We're 12-0. We've played 12 times. How many times have we won?
You've won 12 games.
Not you. The boys have won.
You is a plural as well as singular, so it's okay.
Oh, there we go. All right, 12-0.
There you go with that English stuff. Oh, so
That's
any special wrinkles? I mean, what for the Barnwell people who are looking at this show? What can they expect?
I'm going to tell them what we're going to do. Really?
Yeah, come on, man. What else are they watching for? They're all waiting to know what are the Sharks going to do different this week.
Well, we practiced the wishbone today. We're going to come out and surprise them. And
that would be a surprise.
That would be a surprise.
Yeah.
We're going to do what we do, and hopefully do it better than we did last week. And I think it'll take a better effort to beat them.
I think it'll take the best game of your season.
No question. I mean, they're very, very good. And I think talked to their coach yesterday. He was very cool. And I said, look, man, this is a little country town, country school. From film, what I can tell, it looks like they get a great environment, great support. I'm sure it'll be loud. A lot of people there probably not pulling for us, which I think is fun. I think I feed off of that. I think the kids probably do too. They enjoy that. It'll be a great environment. I think we travel well. We'll bring our crowd of crazies, and it'll be a fun Friday night football game. That's what it's supposed to be. And hopefully we'll represent and do what we're capable of doing. And if we do, I feel good about it. If we don't, we might get boat raced. They're pretty good.
I know Coach Benton is looking forward to going back. This is kind of home for him, right?
That joker's got more homes. I swear, every play's got a home.
I'm convinced that he and I must be cousins now because I'm from that part of the world as well. So, and we look alike and talk alike and act alike. So, probably are related.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's done a heck of a good job with the kickers,
sure
and we haven't really talked about that much.
No, he's done a great job.
You start to take those guys for granted because it's just automatic every time. It seems like.
And I tell you, we've I think our Zach's done a really good job snapping.
And Walker with those.
But the holds, I mean, look, there's anybody that's snapping back there. It's not a machine. I mean, those things get all around. And Walker actually stood up on one and had to catch it up standing and then put it down and. And so for Walker to have the wherewithal to do that, and for Chris to have the poise to stop his normal rhythm, still make the kick, and I mean those are big points. We can't. That's the thing we talk about a lot is those extra points are huge, and if another team doesn't get them, being able to stop a 2-point conversion is huge. But that whole operation with Zach, Walker, Joel fielding great for Walker, and then Chris has been. I mean, it's amazing how many he's hit. I mean, it's pretty cool.
Well, Coach. Any other thoughts as we close out today?
That's how you're going to ask about wrestling. You're
not
going to go
hoping
there.
You might forget, but I guess not.
It's disappointing. I think it was about 35 years ago today. Jimmy Boogie Woogie Man Valiant.
About 35 years ago?
Took on Abdullah the Butcher. Abdullah the Butcher was a bad dude.
Man,
he cut you.
He was ugly.
He cut you. And Boogie Woogie Man had long flowing hair, and he was all bloodied up, but he got to win. I was a big fan of Boogie Woogie Man.
I don't remember him.
Oh, he was great. He came out and he was very energetic. Got the crowd going.
Abdul the Butcher was even balder than me, and he would headbutt people.
Yeah,
and he had all these scars on his forehead.
He cut you too.
Yeah.
JYD, you know who JYD is?
No.
Junkyard Dog.
I do have a vague memory of that.
Yeah, he was awesome. His daughter went to junior high school with my brother. I don't know what you think of that. I just like JYD. He was cool.
Yeah, more brushes with fame.
Yeah.
All right, Coach. Thank you. Good luck. I hope that, we'll be back next week either way. And hopefully we'll be celebrating a big win at Barnwell and looking forward to playing Abbeville or Saluda at Benedict College.
Be fun. Thursday, if this, I don't know how long it takes you to get this out, but Cobby's going to put on as the team, but if you get it out beforehand, we want all the families and the siblings to come out to practice Thursday. Thursday walkthroughs are pretty fun, and towards the end, the kids do some fun stuff the parents and siblings might enjoy, but then maybe we'll play a little turkey bowl of some kind afterwards, just to, our football family is all the families. It's certainly the boys, but, we want everybody to come out and enjoy a little time with us, and certainly thankful. I'm thankful this week for the boys and what they mean to me, the coaches and what they mean to me as friends and colleagues, and then certainly for the great support we have from our parents. So I just want to say that. Thank you, everybody. We have a great school and a great program and a great thing going, but it takes a village, and we have one hell of a village. So I'm very thankful for that.
Indeed we do. A lot for the Sharks to be thankful for this Thanksgiving.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Thankful for you
Yes,
and
sir.
this show and that jacket.
Glad to do it.
Thanks, man.